2. Good morning, world. This is SYMOTA in the morning.
In the morning. Is it rolling now?
Yep.
Hey, we're here. I'm here with these people. My name is Cody. Barrett, what is your name?
Fondue.
Fondue. Fondue and fondum. Sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Welcome. Welcome to SYMOTA in the morning. We are all here to answer your questions and questions that we have proposed. Kendall, what's on the agenda? What are we doing?
We could do a check-in.
Let's do a
Oh,
check.
what a brilliant! I don't think we've ever started with a check-in before.
Sure, we have.
Man,
We do every
hey,
time. I can't remember a time when we have not.
Hey, I want to know how you guys are doing based on like what sports ball you are.
Sports ball.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're a football, soccer ball,
That's the comedy term.
baseball
for
ball,
an athletic activity.
a sport ball.
Okay.
How are you doing based on a sport ball? That could be like if you're feeling like a football, you've been getting kicked a lot, but you're
Yeah, I was kicked on the way here. Actually,
but you're
people
soaring.
just keep kicking me. It's a
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
That's my question.
I'm gonna have to think about that for like just a second.
Well, then I can, or Sierra. Okay. I'll answer it since I proposed it. I'm feeling like a shuttlecock. I'm getting tossed around, but I'm light. I'm feeling airy.
Ooh.
It's very nice. I love it. So yeah, that's how I'm doing it right now.
I'm kind of like a baseball because
Mhm.
I'm soaring high, but I also have no bearings on what's going on, and I kind of feel clueless as well.
Mm. So like a baseball game in a fog.
Yeah,
One of those classic fog baseball games.
you know how it is. Like the
I
fog
do.
rolls in off the bay, and
I have
you play a game of baseball.
played that
There you go.
baseball fog.
Baseball fog.
Thanks, guys. I'd say I'm feeling a little bit bowling ball-esque today.
Mm.
Like I'm kind of dragging around a little bit. Just really ready for summer and doing things. And I'm just kind of sitting there. Like I'm gonna need a good push to get going. But yeah, I'm doing okay. A little heavy.
I can agree with Kendall on that one of like needing that push. For me, I feel kind of like I'm like a golf ball. Like I'm getting like pushed like really, really far and I have a whole lot to do. And then like I'm sitting there and I'm like doing nothing, waiting for the person to like walk up and, find the ball and like hit it again. So just I'm definitely in like a sitting spot right now and I'm just kind of waiting for the next push, but I know it'll come eventually. So
And you're white,
that too.
like a golf ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what color they are.
Yeah.
All right, I suppose I got a question to propose for the group while we get all loosened up for the hard questions.
Hard question.
But here I am. I'm thinking, if you could invent a new yogurt, what flavor would you invent?
Yogurt flavor?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yogurt.
Like, there's like
flavor.
fruit on the bottom yogurt.
There is.
But what if you had eggs on the bottom yogurt? Or, whatever. What would you put on the bottom of your yogurt? Folks at home, what would you put on the bottom of your yogurt? I came up with this in 3 days. I thought about it long and hard. This is the best question to evaluate anyone's psyche.
It's really remarkable.
I have called multiple psychiatrists on this one
How do you spell psychiatrist?
with a P.
Cool. I'm thinking gravy. Because it's like
That's a
yogurt,
mistake.
but it's like it's
They both got milk in it, right?
So
Yeah.
you're
They're
thinking
both-
like savory. You're thinking towards like the savory.
yeah. Well, you can pair. No one pairing savory with sweet hasn't been like a out of the box idea. I mean, That's been done before.
They probably do it in the South.
They probably
for
do.
being
Yeah.
honest.
Kendall, what do they do in the South?
They don't do that in the South.
Well,
We actually respect food in the South.
In our South. In my South.
in my South. We won't go into that.
Great gravy. Okay.
Gravy.
You got yours yet, Mr.
Uh,
Question
Yeah,
Asker?
I would definitely put toys in the bottom of my yogurt because I think that'd make yogurt better.
Good idea.
Like a Happy
Like
Meal.
a huge choking hazard. That's just where my mind goes.
Yeah, like a Happy Meal. It could be like in a little bag.
Okay.
You could have like little cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoa. I got a transformer. I had my yogurt.
Yeah.
That's good. These are good.
You have yours, Kendall?
Mine's probably already been invented, but I'm a huge fan of like lemon meringue anything.
Oh.
So I would like a lemon meringue layered yogurt. Like the lemon stuff's on the bottom, and then the meringue is like really thick on the top of the yogurt. I think that would be.
Mm.
I would
Sounds good.
eat that.
So is there something different? Like lemon is a thing, and then what is meringue then? I thought it was just like lemon
Like the
meringue.
fluffy-
It's the egg stuff.
Yeah.
It's the egg stuff.
Fluffy stuff on top.
So you'd have like lemon slices and then yogurt and then egg stuff.
Or you know.
I wouldn't put lemon slices in there. But
Well, how do you do lemon meringue?
Like a pie, and it's like a mixture, like a recipe that you all have to mix it together, and it has like a lot of lemon in it because it's a lemon meringue. But yeah.
she gets it.
Mm.
Okay, if something I'd add to my yogurt, I don't even know. I'd probably put like fruit snacks or something in there because I love fruit snacks. So
That's awesome.
Like-
Fruit snack yogurt.
yep.
Fruit snack yogurt.
That's awesome. If you have something that you would like to put in the bottom of your yogurt and you want to tell us about it, have a great idea, let us know. Throw it in the comments. We definitely want to hear from you on your yogurt ideas. So next up, guys, we have the Pro Sequence jar.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. And we have some new Pro Sequences in there. So I'll go grab it.
Okay.
And we'll draw.
Is that related to the cart that's like covered in?
Well, that's for the game that we're gonna do.
Oh
Oh,
boy, I just noticed that. There's some really cool off stage here.
like Shane.
Shane's, yeah.
I'm definitely the cool thing out. On
Yeah,
stage.
you are.
Am I holding? How do I hold this? Oh, I'm drawing. From it.
I think boba would be a bad thing for yogurt.
It's you.
It's me.
It's Kendall.
My name.
Yep. Welcome to the
Okay,
fun
I knew
zone.
the day would come.
Put it back in the hat.
I wrote these, though. Okay.
You've played
5%
yourself.
chance.
My consequences, I just put
Pro.
this in here.
Pro sequence.
Have an imaginary friend for the rest of the day. Talk to him frequently. So I now have an imaginary friend.
What's his name?
Well, he's sitting right here.
Or her name.
Or her name. That's
I
true.
do have
What's-
to make room
what's
for
her-
one more person here.
Three on a couch.
That's no.
What?
It's 4 on a couch.
What? Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Pretty sure.
Here-
So I now have an imaginary friend.
Is it
I'm going to name him Tom. Not feeling super creative, so
Tom with
got
PH?
Tom here, right
Tom
here. We
cat.
got Bible distance though, so no worries. But I now have an imaginary friend all day long.
Is he a Christian?
Of course.
Good.
I only have friends that are Christian.
As you should.
Okay, so moving on from there, that was nice and quick.
And painless.
And for you, so our hard question of the day, and I'm going to propose this, but it's for all of us to answer.
We should start calling this questions in the morning. Really,
Just
questions in
questions.
the morning.
just
It's
questions.
That's
actually,
what talk shows are, though. You know,
That's
You
true.
That's
propose
true.
questions and you answer
I think
them.
that's what really what a conversation is almost.
Yeah, don't you think so, Tom? He agrees. So our hard question of the day, and it's a good one, and I love this question. So how can Christians say that they have the only way to God? Isn't that being intolerant and narrow-minded?
Are Christians elitist?
Maybe. Am I?
Are you elitist?
I didn't think
I don't
so.
even know what elitist means. To be honest,
What does elitist mean?
Isn't it like?
So maybe starting out,
better
have
than
you
others?
guys heard of this before
Yeah.
Yes.
or
Mhm.
been accused of it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Maybe indirectly.
Yeah.
Perhaps?
Nobody's like walked up to me and they're like, "You are intolerant," but I've like felt it in the room.
I've had some stares. It's probably just my outfit choices, but it could have been like
No.
it could have been something like like of this question nature.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So how should we start this, gang?
Well, maybe
How do we tackle it?
maybe do Christians claim to have the only way?
Okay, see, this is something that I have more recently like been struggling with. I just had a conversation with my parents like just a couple weeks ago of if Christians have like the only way to God, you know, because like there are so many other faiths and everything that they wholeheartedly believe that they have the right way to God, you know, and like what they're doing, they're dying because, you know, people are saying, you know, like that's just like where am I going with this? Just like they're like so strong in their faith that they're like willing to die for it, just like we are. So I was like, okay, then like how is it that that can happen? And like we're like the Christians who are saying we have the only way to God. And then something that my parents had pointed out was that it's about like what they believe, because I think it's Romans 10:9, right? That's like if you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and that like God raised him from the dead 3 days later, and like if you believe like that verse, because that's kind of like the verse of salvation, then like a person could be of another religion, but it's like that core thing that they believe that makes it a little bit different. So yeah, that's like how I've more come to terms with it, but I still have like questions about that and don't fully understand. So
Yeah, I mean, the defining aspect of our religion that separates us from everybody else is the person and work of Jesus Christ, right? Like that is what makes us different from everybody else. And someone can be a good person. I have incredible atheist friends. Like they are amazing and they're good people and they do good things. And they can live their entire lives serving and loving people, but that doesn't make them saved.
Yep.
And that really is kind of the defining characteristic between our religion as a Christian and other religions.
It really is.
That was good, Sierra.
It's good.
What else you guys got?
Cody, you want to
I mean,
rip?
I just-
saw you flipping.
I just
saw you
got
flipping. I was
a
gonna
verse.
give you-
This is just why we
throw it out.
think that we have the only way. It's because Jesus said that He is the only way. John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Pretty darn simple. Jesus, actual person, said, "Hey, I'm totally God, totally human, and I'm the only way to heaven." So that's why we know we have this elitist mindset.
I've heard it like this, and you may have heard this argument or this way before, but often people will use sort of the blind man and the elephant. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of that.
It's almost like a parable, but it's this argument that humanity has found, quote unquote, God through various religions, and so it's all these blind men, and they're gathered around an elephant. And you got one man who's grabbing the tail, and he's like, "Oh, it's a snake." You got one man who grabs the foot, and he's like, "It's a tree." One person who grabs the tusk, and they're all touching the elephant. And
they all have opinions about the elephant.
They all have opinions about the elephant. So what it's saying, it's people of the world are arguing that we all know, we've all met God. And I'm getting to my point. I've got to set the groundwork.
This is a good point. I've heard this point
You've
before.
heard this point before?
Yes, I have.
And so their argument is that through all these religions, through Christianity and Judaism and Islam and Buddhism, that we've all found God collectively, and we're all right. It's simply not correct. However, this is a very common argument. However, in our case, as Christians, the elephant spoke.
He did.
And God has told us what He is. And He has shared, declaring to the world who He is. And so the reason why we have all of these other gods is explained here in Romans.
Romans?
In fact, it's Romans, where should we start here? Romans 21. Romans chapter 1, verse 21. For altogether they knew God. They did not honor Him as God or give thanks to Him, but they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man and birds and animals and creeping things. And so we want our own gods because I think our nature is to reject God because we don't like some of the things he says. We want to be homosexual. We want to give into our desires. We want the flesh. We want to indulge in that. And so we come up with reasons and pieces why we want these things.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to ignore the goodness and the gracious. Because there's definitely hard things in the Bible that I've read and I've been like, I don't know if I like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best times where I grow the most of my faith is when I come to terms with the things I don't like that God has said. And so that's something that we have to work through. And so maybe it's hard to say that yes, we have one way, because there's so many people trying so hard, like you said, they're really they're giving their lives and they're dedicating and they're so passionate into false idols,
Mm-hmm.
and to securities that aren't actually there. And so it's hard.
It is.
It is. That's good.
I dig that.
That's very good. Let me think something else to kind of consider this in a way too. I think we actually touched on this a couple weeks ago. It's
Did
hard
we?
to keep track of time.
I don't
anymore.
know. Time is relative.
But say that you had the cure for cancer,
Oh yeah.
right? Say you had the cure for even coronavirus. Like you talked about this with your Sunday school class, I think a while ago. Like you had the cure for coronavirus and it was eating grass. But you didn't want to tell anyone because you didn't want to offend them, right?
Right.
And you didn't want to say, "Oh, I have the cure for coronavirus." Offend anybody or say that I have the cure, because that's just going to make me sound so everything we just said.
Outlandish.
Right. But to not say that you have the cure for coronavirus just for those reasons is probably what some people would call pretty selfish,
Mm-hmm.
right? So for us as Christians, we believe that we have the cure. How much do we have to hate somebody to not be willing to share the cure with them?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's as we're called to do with the gospel, we're called to share it. Because we believe that we have the cure for sin and for death, and that's Jesus Christ, like we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Convictions in the morning.
Another thing I wanted to touch on really fast was truth, because I think truth is really important.
Truth
it's
is
really
good.
underrated.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that we get to go over in my apologetics class that we start again here anew on Sunday mornings pretty soon.
Ooh.
Get to start all the way over with it, but we start with truth every year or every 2 years. And truth is kind of a funny beast, right? Because let's say two things claiming to be true contradict each other. What does that mean for those things?
One is counterfeit.
Yeah, one or both of them have to be wrong, right? So as Christians, we know that what we claim is exclusive truth. The Bible doesn't really make allowances for anything else. Like you just read,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him.
Many verses just like that.
Yeah. So we have something that we would call exclusive truth. And because it's exclusive, it excludes everything that doesn't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have a lot of other religions that come up against that and make claims contrary to Christianity. Well, what does that mean if we have two things claiming to be true?
Mm. One's got to be counterfeit.
Yeah, one or both of them have to be wrong. We can't have multiple exclusive truths because the world just doesn't work like that. That's good.
That's good.
Actually, now that I think about it, tomorrow we should tackle how do we know it's true.
We could do that.
Stay
How do we
tuned.
know what's true?
How do we know it's
Gospel.
true?
How do we
Okay.
know? So when God says, I am the truth, how do we know that?
Mm.
How do we prove the truth? If there are multiple things that contradict each other, like you just said, how do we find the right thing amongst the wrong?
Mm.
Yeah, we can talk about
We can talk about that.
Christianity tomorrow.
Thursday at
sounds
noon.
great.
Be there.
Anything else on this question, guys? I feel like we could skip it on it for a long time. Does Shane in the back have anything to say? Wherever Shane
Shane?
No, I think you guys hit it. Let
Out
me
of the
turn
park.
off the
Did I?
double audio thing here. I think you hit it home when you say that Jesus is the one who made the claim, right? And so it's not Christians that are necessarily saying that they're the only way, the truth, and the life, right? That was Jesus himself. You kind of stated that. And so we have to, what it forces us to do, and I think as a quick exploration of this, I'll try to be brief, right, is this exploration, we have to figure out what we believe about Jesus. He was either a lunatic or he was 100% correct. And you have to make up your mind, and I think the Bible actually, I think of the book of Mark, right? The whole book of Mark was written to force you to decide who you believe Jesus was. You either believe he was a lunatic or you believe everything that he says. There's really no in between. He wasn't just a good teacher, but he was the one that made the claim that he was God on multiple occasions. And, it was so obvious to the people around him that they tried to kill him because they thought he was a lunatic, or they thought he was correct, but even though he was correct, he threatened their way of life. And so it forces us to decide what we believe about Jesus. And Christians just take him at his word because nobody else was able to raise from the dead. Show me somebody who has that resume, and I, might listen to him. And so that's something to consider. It's really Jesus. It's not Christians. It's Jesus. We're following the teachings of Christ, and he more than proved that he could do things that no other person could do. So who is Jesus? And that's I think a question that answers the question that we've discussed. So there's my short answer.
Awesome. Thank you, Shane. So if you guys have other questions like this, please shoot them to us. We love to spin on this stuff. It's a joy for us to be able to discuss this stuff, and we want to be answering questions that are near and dear to your heart. So please feel free to drop those in the comments or message us, text us, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys.
Thank
for
you,
spending on
guys.
that with us.
Thank you.
That was good. So for a game today, this is one of my
That's
personal
right.
favorites, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's called Blind Man. And what we're going to be doing is blindfolding you guys. Sierra, I'll probably leave it to you when my imaginary friend here, whose name I forgot, Tom. Head out and go run an errand really fast. But so the idea is we're going to blindfold you guys and present you with some pictures of things. And without looking at them, you're going to guess what those things are.
By feeling
And
it.
you will get by feeling it. You will get a point for
How
each
can we
item
feel
you
a
get correct.
picture?
It's got the thing in the picture.
It's a picture.
Oh, a picture.
Yeah.
Not a picture.
I thought you said picture.
Oh, no.
Picture.
Not at all. Contrary. So I'm going to go
I
get the
wouldn't say it
cart
like that.
of wonderful things.
I think later on I'm going to take a few pictures.
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 Wow, thank you for this.
Okay, you guys can't look yet.
I don't know what this is.
Whoa, we can't look.
I will. Okay.
Watch
You got
out
it.
now. It's
I'm gonna
We're
move.
good.
I sat on
All right,
Tom.
guys.
Got some
Tom.
blindfolds.
Everybody gets a blindfold. Well,
Tom is going to the hospital.
you
pretty
two
soon.
both get a blindfold.
I do?
That's where Kendall needs to go.
To the hospital?
She's taking Tom to the hospital because he's bleeding all over.
Tom?
Yeah. Isn't that that's his name?
I thought Tom was imaginary.
No, yeah. But he's hurt. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday at home. Because I'm having a wonderful Wednesday right here in the studio.
Your
In
zebra
California.
stripes are kind of clashing with your cheetah hat.
You know what? It's safari theme. I wish I wore my zebra leggings. That's a lie, I don't have any.
I wish I had
I wish I had
zebra
some.
leggings.
For situations such as
I'm going to have to say absolutely not to zebra leggings for you two.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. So number 1, everybody blindfolded. We good?
I'm blindfolded.
Without cheating?
I'm blindfolded.
Okay.
I can't see.
Cheating's not fun. All right. First item coming at you.
Like Cleopatra.
I'm gonna show the camera first.
Camera, tell me.
This is what we got.
Type in the comments below so I know what it is.
How are you gonna check it with the phone you don't
We have an
have?
Alexa set
right.
up.
Barrett, it's coming to you first.
All right.
You can grab the picture.
Is
Go
this
ahead
part
and
of
feel it, and don't guess yet. We're gonna let.
It's so, like, It's not.
It's just in the picture. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. I'm so right. Ouch.
All right, and you can pass it on to your.
Careful, it's really
Opponent.
sharp.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. I got the picture.
Hmm.
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 That's interesting.
All right. I'll take a guess from each of you.
Okay. Shall we whisper it? Or how's this going to work?
But on the count of three. we
Yeah,
gotta
on
say it
the
out
on the
loud.
count of three. That's a great idea.
One,
Two.
egg
three.
beater.
Egg. I was going to say that. Okay.
Were you really gonna say?
I
that?
was. I mean, it has.
You cheater.
It has. You said it on 2. You can't say it on 2 and call me a cheater.
Okay, we'll give you both a point. Give you both a point. That's good. All right.
It has.
Weasel?
It has.
What's the right
Next
Weasel?
one's coming at you. We're gonna give it to.
Coming at you
Me
makes me
first.
Cody
nervous.
first.
That phrasing makes me think you're gonna throw it
Like
at me.
Cleopatra. That is my phone. Can you please silence it?
Is it
Thank you.
SpongeBob?
No. That is not SpongeBob.
What is it?
I am a homeschooler. I don't watch SpongeBob.
All right.
There you go, Kendall.
A guess from each of you on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Taco shell.
Wow. Okay. You
This
guys are
is-
good at this. So point for each of you.
Turtles in a half shell.
Turtles at a taco shell.
All right. We're getting a little bit harder now.
I'm just waiting
Barrett.
for the wet
There you
one.
go.
This
These all have
looks like
been
a
solid
guarantee.
objects. How could we get harder?
What? Oh, you're so funny. I think I know what this is. There you go, Buster.
Thanks, you.
You're welcome, partner.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. That is- That is a thing.
All right. That's enough.
Okay.
All right. A guess from each of you on 3. 1, 2, 3.
A D-litter.
It's like a clamp.
A D-litter? What is a D-litter?
Like, I assume you put it on like a can and it takes the lid off.
Oh, a D.
Oh, a D-litter.
a
Okay.
lid remover.
And what did you say?
It's like a circular clamp.
Circular clamp. Yeah, we're gonna go with Sketch's guess this
Mm.
time. It is indeed a clamp. All right. Next up, if you guys don't get this, I'm gonna be upset.
It's gonna be peanut brittle.
It's going to be toffee brittle.
Yep,
Toffee brittle?
it's toffee brittle.
You lied to me. That
All right.
tasted nothing like toffee brittle.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Toffee
Scissors.
brittle.
Great, I get a point.
Okay, we're tied up, I guess.
Judd.
Thanks.
Way to make this game high stakes.
Yeah, we gotta really pump it full of suspense. I'm waiting for like the snapping turtle one.
Yeah.
I couldn't catch him.
Ah, shoot.
You should have opened those scissors and made me like
I care
reach
about you
into
too much.
it.
I care about you way too much. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Candy cane.
Well done. All right, last one.
Man, I should just be blind like full time.
Dude, blind is
Do you
awesome.
think if you were blindfolded for long enough, you just go blind? Is that how the human body works?
That's
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
okay.
I smell something.
Not a medical professional.
Hmm.
This is not sponsored
All
by
right.
Mayo Clinic. Ooh,
I know, right?
this is nice.
Hmm. Yeah, get it in there.
That's terrible sound.
A little ASMR for you folks. at
All
home.
right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show the camera what they were.
See, I smelled
touching.
my fingers too. Maybe give me a hint.
All right,
Oh, here, put that back up real quick.
coming in for a close up.
Stop it. Stop it.
Sorry.
It's dripping.
Ooh.
All right. A guess from each of you. It doesn't have to be on 3.
Mango slices.
Mango slices.
Like canned mango.
No, it's like pickled. I think it was like pickled egg, just like an egg. That's just
No,
a
it was like
circular
not the
egg.
right shape for an egg.
It,
Like
I,
eggs
it's
kinda come to like a point.
What if I
know how
told you
eggs are
that what
sharp.
you just touched was alive?
That's not.
that's
alive.
not real. No,
It was alive.
What?
Mhm.
is that a pickled oyster? Is it an
It's
oyster?
about 100 million lives that you just touched.
Plankton.
Mm-mm.
Zoo. That's a zoo right there.
It's
I touched a zoo.
It is
kombucha.
actually. What did you say?
Kombucha.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Oh hey.
It's a SCOBY. Congratulations.
What the
Wow.
heck is a
Oh, that's
SCOBY?
what that smell is. It is kombucha.
What?
It is kombucha. We'll be selling our SCOBYs after this.
What?
No, we're not
It
allowed to do
it's
that.
it smells like
How do you make kombucha?
it smells like a deviled egg.
It's really funny having a conversation with you with your eyes covered.
You should. teach
You
me
guys
how to
can
make
take off your
kombucha.
blindfolds. We have
This is
Sketch as our winner.
A
Congratulations,
clear and
guys.
distinct winner.
because I don't drink kombucha. It smells
Yeah.
it smells disgusting.
I'm a hipster.
It's good.
It's pretty good.
So, guys, I have to take off now, and I will leave you
Bye.
to wrap up
Wrap us
the rest
up.
of the show. Me and Tom have to go.
Yeah, Tom's
So-
going to the hospital.
It was nice to hang out with you guys.
Bye.
A SCOBY?
Yeah, SCOBY.
What is this kombucha? It's. They think I don't know anything about kombucha other than that I can drink it and it's kind of expensive. And it's
Ew.
fermented tea.
Yeah,
wanna
it's
look at it 'cause I don't know
Definitely
how you make it.
fermented.
Ew. You sprayed it on me. Anyway, we should wrap this up. That looks disgusting. I hate that.
Then you like.
It
soak
definitely
that
looks
with
like a
other
sea creature.
stuff, and
I
then you
hate that
drink
so
it.
much.
It's like a.
What?
Do you know how to make kombucha?
What do you do?
Yeah, I
We
made it
should
in one of
do,
my
like,
classes.
Kombucha making. For SYMOTA.
You have to like make it, and you have to like let it ferment for like a really long time. I guess it might not be super long.
It
but
smells
I
like
mean,
it's fermented past its age.
mean,
It does not smell
has that
good.
lovely like
That's how kombucha
vinegary
smells.
smell.
Well then why would you drink that? Hand mixer. Great.
That was the first thing.
Okay. Updates. I have updates.
You have updates?
I have updates. SYMOTA tonight. Be there. Last SYMOTA of the first part of 2020. It's the last SYMOTA. Yeah. Did you not get the text?
No, in fact, ladies and gentlemen at home, this is a little information for you.
Insider
I
knowledge.
lost my phone.
He lost his phone.
So I've been crawling through a world where I don't get alarms or notifications anymore.
So if you want a chance to contact him, make sure you show up at SYMOTA, because he'll be there.
I'll be there. I'll
Uh,
be square.
or show up Thursday tomorrow at noon. We got
There I
that.
be.
And here he be. He just be like that.
There I be.
Sierra, do you know what's happening Sunday?
No.
No? I'll tell you. Sunday school at 9 o'clock. Me and Barrett are together. Kendall's got her class. Shane's got his class. To find the codes, you go to FBC Sheridan dot something. Just Google FBC Sheridan. It's under the updates tab. And then church 10:30. That's it. I'm me. Anything else for the betterment of the stream?
No, I think we're ready to rock. Continue on your day. Namaste. Continue on your journey. And so long, Space Cowboy.
Ba, ba, ba. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Frosted